goes into hitting a shot before we even hit that shot. So I kind of call this the think box. I like to stand behind the ball, I don't know, 5 yards, to visualize and think about what I'm actually going to do before I even get up here. Once I actually get up to the golf ball, I don't want to think about what I'm going to do to hit the shot. I really want to have made up my mind by now and just from here execute. So a couple of things that I like to think about before I actually go to hit the shot. One, we got to aim correctly, right? So as far as aiming correctly, picking out a spot, instead of just getting up there and trying to aim at a target that's 200 yards away or something like that, I would say pick a spot that's somewhere along your target line to make things easier. I know Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus do it, so I definitely recommend doing it.
So do you do that on every shot?
Yeah, I would do it on every full swing shot. As you get into the short game shots and really get really close to the green, I would say you could start to vary it a little bit, but you're still going to have the same basic principles as far as making sure that club face. So even if we're just off the green, I would make sure that club face is still aimed at an intermediate target. If you do have trouble with that with the short game, if you're really good at aiming that club face when you're a couple feet away, that's not an issue. You can actually do that without outdoing the spot line. I would just recommend it for most tee shots and any full swing. I would really do it and really make it consistent and do it every single time, not sometimes. So again, there's a lot that goes into it as far as wind direction, club choice, what kind of lie do I have. There's all sorts of stuff, but making sure that we're aligned properly and have that club face aimed properly, that's going to actually give us a baseline as far as, is that shot going left of our target or right of our target? Because if we don't really know exactly where we're aimed, and we're maybe aiming a little right sometimes, a little left sometimes, it's hard to really get a good gauge on how we're actually hitting it that day, or what's causing those swing faults. Is it just a setup issue, or is it a swing issue? So again, going back to our spot align kind of routine, again, I do it by kind of standing behind the ball and I actually eyeball it. Some guys will actually put, or gals, will put a club out and actually pick a line. I think Jason Day and Justin Rose are two that on tour that do it right now. They actually put a club out to pick where they're aiming. But basically what I'm looking at, if I'm aiming at this first flag here, I just want to pick a spot along that target line. And for me, I like to pick something that's pretty close to the ball. Once it gets a little bit too far out, I have the same issue as if I'm trying to aim at something really far away. So I would pick something along that target line. So for me, it would probably be this piece of kind of old divot here. Sometimes it might be a mowing line on a tee box. But so again, for me, once I've made up my mind as far as what kind of shot I want to play, actually getting into the shot and hitting the shot, I can reduce a variable by just making sure that I'm aiming that club at that spot, because now I know that club is aimed at the hole, and I don't have to think about it. And sometimes it can be visually intimidating, or it can actually kind of cross you up a little bit, because looking down at a dress, you might say, oh, well, that feels like it's aimed really far right or really far left of where I think it is. That's where going to the range, practicing it, and really ingraining those thoughts is really going to help. As far as